So welcome back, everyone. My next guests have never been on the air with me. We are live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. I just did it all. I figured, what the heck, it's kind of fun to do this. And so right now, we're going to go in with my next guest. I have with me JR, and I hope I say it right, Rotchford, and also he has with him Anthony Carrao, and they are the owners of Rotchford and Associates. Welcome to the show. You've got to tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and what you do, what makes you different. Get up right on the mics. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
This is exciting. I mean, obviously we're going to do bad, but we're going
to... No, great.
But we're there. We made it.
So I'm JR, and basically it's a fourth generation, fully independent family practice, which is very rare nowadays in the financial services arena. And our whole focus is what we say to people, we value planning over products and education over sales. So it's a little bit different in a world that's all big brokers and...
Let's talk what that means. Go ahead, tell me what that means.
Well, my background, I worked with a couple different firms, and I was with one that was before, during, and after they went public. And the whole thing was about sales. We never got to really know our clients. It was just, how can we keep things moving? And when I went fully independent, my father was my very first representative after going independent. And it was just refreshing because we actually put the client's best interest first. And if you're familiar with the whole fiduciary concept, we did that way before that was a financial term.
I think it's so important for people to hear this stuff. That's why I like my show so much, because it's good information. And I want people to understand that, you might have somebody that you love and it's great. I mean, it is. But the thing is that there is a good reason to have someone like you, who's a fiduciary, who is somebody who is looking out for your best interest, because there's a lot of times when, let's say it's the end of the year right now, if they sell so-and-so and they do this, they get that cruise, whatever it is, that's how it works. I don't think people realize that so much.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And how we start out with people's second opinion. I mean, we're a small family practice, so obviously we're here because we're growing. But our whole focus is to offer somebody second opinion. If everything's wonderful, we tell them that. If there's things they should address, we're not poachers. If they should go back to their advisor if they have one, we'll point that out. And a lot of times we'll sit with people and then they become a client 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. So it's not instant gratification in our office.
And with all the uncertainty right now, with everything going on and how volatile it is, we talk about debt management a lot too. We talk about a lot of stuff that really doesn't make us any money, but we're planning long term for these people.
Now, when somebody talks to you, you say that you do second opinions all the time. So let's say, when is the best time for them to be calling you? Someone young? Do you work with somebody who's just about to be thinking of retiring? When do they call you?
Well, that's why Anthony's here. My focus is income planning, Social Security planning, retirement income.
For the older folks like me.
Call me.
Right, and then the younger I do managed money. I've got the securities license, but the best time to reach out is any time. A lot of people think that they need to have money to invest before they reach out to a financial advisor, but what we're trying to do is planning. Let us get you to that point where you have money to invest.
I think that's great. Now, their phone number to call is 623-523-0444. They're located in Sun City, but you help anyone statewide, you said. And you do free consultations. Second opinions, very important. You can check them out on their website. It is Rotchford, and I'll spell it out, ROTCHFORD, financial.com. Again, that number, write it down. Sometimes, people need to write this stuff down and put it on the refrigerator and say, I got to do that. But don't put your head in the sand, especially, here's the thing, too. Right now, we're living in a very volatile time. The market's, kind of crazy, right? But people themselves right now are dealing with some major issues, and their financial portfolios, some people are really upset, and some people don't even know what to do, or maybe not doing anything, which I don't know if that's the right thing. What do you think?
Well, the first thing with your money, it's the second most important thing to your health. We say know what you have, know what your fees are, know what your risk tolerance is. Everybody wants 10% return with no risk, and unfortunately, sometimes they get it. So everybody's a genius, and basically we help people figure out their risk tolerance. We help them figure out what their fees are. We're not, I don't want to slam any particular investment advice, but we are extremely against variable annuities in general. So our biggest tool is a yellow pad and pen and a speakerphone. And we call with the clients, what are your fees, what are your sub-accounts, and we make sure they know what they have. A lot of people are shocked.
And they are a fourth generation family-owned company, and that also makes them quite different. And their phone number again, 623-523-0444. They do second opinions. Check them out on their website. It's Rotchford, ROTCHFORD financial.com. They work statewide. I want to go back to the market. So what's going on with the market? How stable are we in the market? How do you feel about it?
I mean, we thought it was really bad before COVID with all the manipulation and all the stuff going on behind the scenes. But now, we were telling people before COVID hit, now they saw the drop in March. They're seeing the recovery in the market. We're at all-time highs right now. But what's really gotten better in this country with the economy, the jobless numbers, there's so many cans that we're kicking down the line. Same with the mortgage payments.
You've got people not making their mortgage payment. You've got people not paying their student loans back. You've got a bunch of uncertainties. We're in the most uncharted territory we've ever been in as a country, let alone the world, and the market's flying high. So we think the disconnect should at least wake people up. Be nimble, be aware of what you have, and be ready because obviously when we get through the political season, the virus bumping into cold flu season, there might be changes, and our clients are going to be proactive where most people are reactive.
I think that's a great thing for you to say, because here's what you did say, and I'm repeating it for you. The way I hear it is that, everybody's saying, oh, great, I don't have to make a student loan payment for whatever. And right now it might feel good, but it's down the line. What is going to happen? What are the repercussions of everything that we're doing right now? What's going to happen 6 months, I don't know how long from now, right?
Absolutely.
So knowing your numbers, it's all about that. And you said again, your best tool is your piece of paper and a pencil, okay? And obviously that free consultation that you give to everyone, and second opinions that they do. That phone number again, 623-523-0444. They're located in Sun City, but they help everyone statewide. Check them out on their website. It's Rotchford. It's spelled ROTCHFORD financial.com. Okay, here we go. So, is it a good time to buy, sell, or rebalance their portfolios?
That's a really broad question without knowing people's income, without knowing their assets. It's a tough thing to give a general statement. Usually when things are really uncertain, we say do as little as possible. I mean, if you've got a bunch of cash in sidelines, you're probably waiting for an opportunity. So you're probably waiting at this point. If you have money that's at great risk, we look at the old Warren Buffett principle. When others are fearful, I'm greedy. When others are greedy, I'm fearful. And really, with 401k, right now, younger people, we're saying take the match, and that's free money. But we're saying after that, look at debt management, look at hard assets, look at other opportunities. Absolutely, we're a huge fan of Roth IRAs. We think inflation, taxes, we think the landscape is going to change financially, huge.
Can we go back to 401ks real
Let's
quick?
do that.
Because not a lot of people know that there are typically safe buckets within 401ks. So you don't have to have all your money in the market. If you're worried right now, you can make changes. And you can safeguard what you have. It's typically referred to as the money market or the stable value fund. But you can safeguard what you have and leave your future contributions going back into the market. So you don't have to be all invested.
I think the main thing that people really, really need to do is to sit down and talk to somebody and find out where they stand, find out, like you said, where are your numbers, what's going on. And everybody's got a different story, especially now, I bet, more so than ever. I mean, it used to be when we had the crash before that I don't remember exactly when it happened, but then everybody had a story, and it kind of went away for a little bit. But now, again, everybody has a story, and each person is individual, and it sounds like you treat them that way as well.
Of course, well, in the stories, I got to my office in the late 90s, so I was there for the tech bubble, hitting the building in 2008. So I do have stories for people to help them kind of remember.
Really quickly, because we only have a couple of minutes, that's how fast these things go. Is there anything that folks can do about the low interest rates, the banks and credit unions?
Yeah, well, the quick answer to that, look at online banks. Some names you've heard, Capital One, Discover, Ally Bank. At least there's some interest to be had with people that are CD ladder people. We use insurance companies. Example, a CD for 5 years right now, you're lucky to get 1%. We're with the insurance companies getting about 3%.
Let me ask you, because I just thought about this. It's the end of the year, right? And a lot of people they're supposed to take their distributions, right?
Not this year. It's
Not
actually
this-
suspended.
It's suspended. So should they? I mean, you just said what are the repercussions? Will it matter? Is it just going to get, forgiven, or what are they going to do about that?
About the RMD, about the
Yeah,
required
uh-huh.
well, it's just delayed. And they did change the rule recently from 70 and a half up to 72 to begin with, and then because of the virus, they did suspend it for this year. So
Yeah.
it's you can take it optionally if people need the money, take it.
Yeah, it's a personal preference.
It's a personal preference. Everybody has a different story, and here's what I love. I love the way that you kind of work with your clients. You want to make sure that you're looking out for them. That's what you're all about. Obviously, service is your main concern, and they do second opinions, and I think that's really important for people that are listening. A lot of us, we might even have a financial advisor right now, but you know what? Listening to people like this, you might say to yourself, you know, let me have them take a look at it. That's all it is. It's just to take a look. And again, they do free consultations. They're fourth generation family-owned business. That's what makes them different as well. They work statewide.